Today we're going to talk about fables. What is a fable? Fables are a popular form of storytelling, and chances are you read one. But what makes a story a fable? In this informational text, Barbara Radner explores what a fable is. As we read, take notes on the features of a fable. A fable is a story. A wise author would write the fable to tell a lesson. Long ago, people wrote many fables. They wrote them to help other people learn. For example, The Tortoise and the Hare is a fable. I'm going to click this number 2 and see why is it there. Tells me that a hare is a large rabbit. So these notes in the text are telling me what it is that can give me some help. Wise, having or showing knowledge and good judgment. That fable tells people it is not wise to show off. It is wise to work hard. Most fables have animals in them. The animals talk. Of course, in real life, an animal can't talk, but in the fables they do. The animals often do foolish things. For example, in one fable there is a crow. It wants to get a delicious fruit. It takes it from a garden and it gets it. But then as the crow soars, it shows off. I wonder what soars mean. Sounds like something underneath my Band-Aid. In this story, it means to fly or rise high in the air. It opens its mouth to shout, "Look, I got the best fruit!" But of course, the crow loses the fruit. It falls out of its mouth because it opened its mouth to shout. What is this? A question. As you're reading, you're supposed to be thinking about the story and maybe stories that you've heard just like it, or a story maybe your parents read to you when you were little. I know we had several stories like this in first grade. I can remember several of them. Question says, which of the following is not a quality of a fable? This is a fancy question that the crazy people make for our tests. So we have to really know what they're asking us. They're asking us which of these 4 choices is not, and this is important, a quality of a fable. Quality meaning a thing about a fable. Talking animals. The story tells me right here that most fables have animals in them, but that in the fables animals talk. That's not it, because that is true. Teaching a lesson. Over here I read that fables have a moral. A moral is the lesson. That's not it. Animals act unwisely. It talks to me here that the fable tells people it is not wise to show off. So some animal is acting wise. And princes and princesses. I haven't heard anything about that. I'm going to choose D. Tells me I did great work. To continue reading. Fables have a moral. A moral is the lesson it teaches. The fable about the crow makes an important point. It tells you that people should be careful. It tells you that the crow was foolish. There is another fable about the ant and the grasshopper. The grasshopper played all summer while the ant toiled. What's that? To work very hard. The ant got ready for winter. The ant was a hard worker. It dug a hole to stay in during winter. It carried food to that hole. When winter came, the ant was able to live. The grasshopper did not have any food, had no place to stay. Winter was a great challenge for the grasshopper. It asked the ant for help. The ant was generous. What does that mean? Showing a willingness to give more of something than necessary. The ant did help the grasshopper. The grasshopper learned a lesson. So did everyone who read the fable. Let's click our next question. The fable about the ant and the grasshopper teaches readers to, and these 3 dots mean that one of these will answer the end of the sentence. The fable about the ant and the grasshopper teaches readers to always be prepared, work rather than play, help others in need, or rely on the kindness of others. This is one of those confusing, crazy questions because more than one of them sounds correct. teaches the readers to always be prepared. I think that's correct because the grasshopper wasn't prepared and he needed help when it was cold in the winter because he had no food. I was not correct. I wonder why. Work rather than play. Well, they should have been working and not playing. That was the correct answer. Now, just like me, you're going to choose some things that you think are right but really aren't. So I learned that I need to be more careful in how I'm thinking because the story is not about always being prepared, but it is about being prepared for the winter.